Well, howdy again, scouting families and scouts and 4-Hers and anybody else that comes across this video. This is the second video in our STEM series, replacing our normal STEM nights at the school with a virtual meeting. So, in this experiment, we're actually going to make a cloud in a mason jar. Now, hopefully, again, this is something that you have everything for around the house. If you don't have a mason jar, you can use an empty pickle jar, or in fact, I think I've got one of those right here. So we've got an empty pickle jar, or you can use a spaghetti sauce jar. Any kind of a jar will work for this. And like I said, what we're going to do is make a cloud in a jar. Now, in the last video, we looked at the water cycle. So I'm not going to give you all of the answers this time. I want to find out what you guys learned in the last video about the water cycle to see if you can figure out what's going on here. But I have right here in this cup, I just got some water up to a boil in the microwave, so have Mom and Dad help you with that part. And we're going to take that water and we're going to pour it into this jar. Now, real quick, I've got this black binder here sitting behind the jar, and that's just going to be there to help you see your cloud. You could also use construction paper that you put around the back side of the jar just to try to make it give it a little more contrast and help you see that cloud when it starts forming. The next items that we have is we've got some ice here that's going to be going on top of the lid when we're done, and I also have some hairspray. You can also use body spray. What this is going to do is it's going to help some of those water droplets stick together and help form the cloud a little bit. So, we've got the hot water. I'm going to pour that on in. Okay. Should be enough. You can see the steam right in there. And we're going to go ahead and spritz some of this in there. Okay. And then we're going to put our lid on. And we're going to put some ice cubes on top of the lid. Now, can you tell me what is happening? What's happening with the water as it's being poured in? And then what is causing the cloud to form up at the top? Those are the two things that we need to know. I'm not really sure how long this process is supposed to take. I'm going to take the camera off here and we'll get in and get a good look and see if we can see that cloud forming again. I guess you can, just a little bit right there. It is starting to definitely form a layer up there in the top. So, alright, well, hopefully you have the same success I do with this. Let me know if you run into any issues, but we've got our hot water down here and a little bit of a cloud forming up there at the very top. Good luck on that, and shoot me an email if you have any questions. Okay, this is an alternate version of that same experiment. This one's replacing out the hairspray. I don't know if it's this hairspray or what, but I wasn't really getting the results that I had seen in the videos that I had watched on this experiment. So, once again, we have hot water that was put in the microwave, brought to a boil. I'm going to pour that on in. Okay. And then have a parent help you with this part. But you're going to take a match, light the match. Oops. Okay, I'm going to put it right here for a couple of seconds. Don't burn yourself. Drop that in. Put the lid here. That's just going to help those water molecules bind together. And you don't need to actually the ring for the lid. Just something that'll put some pressure on there and keep the water vapor from escaping. So now we're going to let that sit. Oh, you can already see it better this time. So if you zoom in there, you can see water vapor coming down off of that lid, or coming down off that cool lid. So it's definitely creating a little bit of a cloud in there for us. So that's another way to do the experiment. Like I said, please have your parents help you with the match. If the hairspray doesn't work for you, give the hairspray a try first if you can. And that's pretty impressive right there.